Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live. How is everybody doing today? Today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020, and we are in the final hour of the trading day. My favorite time of the day to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I like to make those in the last few minutes of the day. And the reason I say that is during the day, you have the algorithms and you have the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, the last hour, particularly in the last few minutes, you have the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They're putting the most money to work, and they start taking control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them smart money, and that's why I like to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades at the end of the day. So thank you all for coming. Always nice to see everyone. It looks like Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal. Thank you for your scan today and for us chatting earlier. Evan is here. Hey, Evan, good afternoon to you, sir. Bob is here. Hey, Bob, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Miko25 is here. Hello, how you doing, Miko? Haven't talked to you in a bit. Miss talking to you. Hope you're doing well. Drop me a line and give me an update, and if anything interesting is going on with your trading, I'd like to hear. All right, well, the Dow is up 141 points. We were up much higher than that earlier. The NASDAQ is up 45 points, up 0.43, and the S&P is up 22.85.72. The IWM is the big winner of the day, up 4% on the day. There was some biotech news that came out that would be good for our current situation. Don't dare say the words, but that sparked a big rally in the markets, especially in the mid caps, the IWM. So, all right. Thanks, Greg. We'll ping you later in the week. Sounds good. Hey, David, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Good to see you. Always good to see Frank. So listen, having a pretty good day today for sure. Here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I have a few day trades that I'd like to go over and show you. I think I had 3 of them. So we'll be taking a look at those, see how I did there. After that, we're going to go on the board and take a look at everybody's positions and how they're doing. Looks pretty good today, I have to say. Everything is up, so congratulations there. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology, get away from stocks and charts and indicators, and talk a little bit about our most important skill in trading, which is our psychology. Right? Following our plan, essentially. After that, Kamal has been kind enough to send over the scanner. His scanner picked up quite a few potential entries today, so I'm going to go through those. I have 3 requirements before I enter any trade. First requirement, I look for a confluence or combination of signals lining up. I consider each indicator a group of buyers, and you're going to put yourself in the position to have the best chance to have a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible. So that's why I look for a combination or confluence of indicators lining up. Step number 2, always have to take a look at the resistance above you, support below you, and determine whether or not you have a good risk to reward ratio. It's very important. 2 to 1 is my minimum. I want to have at least 2 times to the upside or more compared to what I have to the downside. And then number 3, always make sure that you're keeping in mind correlation. How many positions you have? Are they highly correlated? Are you really heavy in one particular area? It's important that we do that as well. Then if something meets my criteria, everything looks good at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and place my trade near the end of the day. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Happy to answer them for you. If you have any stock symbols you'd like me to look at, please let me know. Happy to take a look at those. If there's any symbols that you would like me to look at before the market closes, if you feel like it would be helpful to get my opinion on that, put them in the chat. Please put a asterisk by it or emoji so that I know it's time sensitive. And then also, if you could please wait till the end of the day to update me on any new entries or exits. That way I have time and to take a look at everything after the market closes so I could get it right. So, all right, well, that's the plan. So I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I'll be back in about 40 seconds. So hang tight, please. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, thanks for holding through that with me. Kamal says Jets FLY, FSLY. Yeah, I think I've got that on the board to look at. So let me do that, Kamal, when we get to the potentials, because I have those all on there. Oh, Frank has a poem for us. Oh, Steve Burns is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, Steve. Appreciate you being here. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here, sir. Always excited to see you and have you in the chat. I know everyone else does too. So thank you always for that. It's not taken for granted at all. Frank has a poem. The right position size keeps a trader oh so wise. It's something you must realize. For risk, we try to minimize, so trade at your own accord. Just make sure your position size is one you can afford. Oh, that's good. You know, I'm a huge proponent of position size. It means everything to me, honestly. Let's read it again. The right position size keeps a trader oh so wise. It's something you must realize. For risk, we try to minimize. So trade at your own accord. Just make sure your position size is one you can afford. I always say, you know, the only two things you have control in this game at all is when you buy something and how much you're going to buy of it. I mean, getting out of it, you have some control, but may gap down on you, may do something crazy. So anyway, position size is huge. Thank you so much for that, Frank. I appreciate that. Kamal says, nice one, Frank. I agree. Dan, Frank, really good. I know. It's perfect. Thanks, Kamal. Thanks for all you do. You bet. Thank you. Hey, Moses is here. Hey, good to see you. Hello, everyone. GMGIS, a good buy right now for long term. You know, just looking at that symbol, I am not sure I'll be able to pull it up. Yeah, unfortunately, Moses, in my charting software, I cannot pull up GMGID. Nope, I don't have that one available. Sorry about that, but thanks to see you. Oh. GMGID. GMGID. Do not have that one, and do not have GIMIS. Nope. Darn, Moses. Sorry about that. Wish I could help you out, but I cannot pull either of those up. Steve says, always great, Frank. Oh, always great poem, Frank. I agree, 100%. All right, let's get back up to here. Hey, before we get started, look at this picture of my beautiful Katie. Isn't she lovely? She's my constant little companion right there. That's a few years ago. She's a bit grayer than that, but isn't she just lovely? Love that dog. Love that dog. So I thought I'd share this with everybody. All right. So what am I doing? Come on, Greg. Get with it today, bud. Get with it. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get to work here. Talk about current positions. So, man, Coca-Cola started out so nicely. I bought it yesterday at 45.91. Had a MACD crossover. The day before triggered a fractal, had a bullish engulfing V1, bought it at 45.91. I did hit 2 profit targets today, almost 3, so close. I hit one at 46.32, I hit one at 46.77, and I almost hit this last one at 47.22. It got as high as 47.19. Dang it. So I missed it by 3 points. Big bearish reversal bar. Bearish kangaroo. This is what Dr. Alexander Elder would call this, a bearish kangaroo. So lost the 200 day. I'm sorry, the 100 day. It looks like it might close back in the value zone, back in the underneath the value zone. You know, I think I'm inclined to just take this off. You know, it's a volatile bar. It's still a nice profit. Really glad I hit those profit targets where I did, but I'm inclined to take this one off. SPY. Okay, here we go. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. Why would I do such a thing? This is based upon a long-term back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest. Since 1993, they tested this 2 different approaches every day. Approach number 1, buy the SPY at the open, hold it through the day, sell it at the close. If you did this every day since 1993, you'd have returned a negative 13.9% return for all your troubles. However, if you do the opposite, which is what I do every day, I buy the SPY at the close, I hold it overnight, I take the overnight risk, I sell it first thing the next morning. This approach, positive 634.2. So negative 13.9 for the first one, positive 634.2 for the second one. Past performance, no guarantee of future results. This may not work in the future. It may never work another day in history, but so far it has worked well over time. If I'm going to allocate money towards something, is it going to be towards something that I feel comfortable with the back-tested results? Blue lines, buy in the morning, buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. Orange lines, buy in the morning, sell the next afternoon. Over time, this has just gone up, 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 up. There are drawdowns. I can tell you that. I've lived through them. It's easy to look at this chart and go, oh yeah, no problem. But when you're in the midst of them, it's a whole other thing. Trust me. But so far, I've made a huge comeback this year. Huge comeback. I may even be flirting with breaking even this year. So that's a huge accomplishment. So that being said, I did buy SPY. Oops, I bought it yesterday, not that day. I bought it yesterday at 318.92 and I sold it today at 322.48, right near the high. So anyway, really, really nice. Had a little loss yesterday, more than made up for it today. So I will be buying this at the end of the day today. USO. Well, this was a weekly trade on a weekly bars, under 30, over 30, V1. Bought under the negative third, over the negative third channel. I bought it at 28.40. Right now it's at 29.34. So everything's so far so good. Doesn't look like much, but it is up about 3.5% so far in the trade. So I'm happy with that, and you can see it's had a nice day today for sure. XLU. Okay, I did buy XLU. Oh, I should say, was anybody else in Coke with me? I thought someone else was in Coke. Maybe I accidentally erased it. XLU. Okay, I think I'm the only one in XLU. So I did buy XLU with this false breakout to the downside. V2, bought it back on 710, bought it at 57.75. It's moved up. It's moved up. Did hit one profit target today. Did get more than one ATR for my entry. So I'm in trailing stop mode. I may consider taking this off. I don't like this V1 to the downside, rejection of the 1 ATR channel, the false breakout to the upside from this high over here. So all of these may be on the chopping block today. Berkshire Hathaway. I know somebody was else in Berkshire with me, weren't they? Dang it. Sorry. Sometimes I hit the erase button when I'm moving these lines around and it erases. So this was a really nice trade. I bought this 710, higher low V2, under 50, over 50. Bought it at 182.79. It was up nicely the next day. Yesterday I hit 3 profit targets. Today I hit 2 profit targets. Look at that one right at the top. 193.01 was my second profit target, and it got to 193.05. So this one I got, luckily. Did reject the negative, or did reject the third ATR channel, did form a V1. This has been a good trade so far. I mean, so far this thing has about 3.37%, which is pretty good for a stock like Berkshire. I'm considering taking this one off as well. Okay, now let me show you my day trades. Nothing like yesterday. Yesterday was freaking amazing. All right, Coca-Cola. Here we have a false, this is 5-minute bars, false breakout to the downside and a V2. You see how the bar here wiped out that low. Then the next bar I bought intra-bar right there at 46.90. And it went up, it went up, went up, went up, and then it rejected the third ATR channel and triggered a V2 to the downside, so I decided to take it off. Not a huge gain, 46.90 to 46.98, so only 8 cents. But remember, this is a low price stock, and when I position size with only 12 cents for my 2 ATRs, that's a lot of shares. Okay, and Apple, had a couple trades on Apple, one good, one bad. I did buy Apple here. I remember I was on Skype with Kamal when I said, oh, I bought it. But we went under the 200, over the 200, under the negative third, over the third, back over the 50. I bought it here at 389.10. Immediately went my way. And then, boom, I had to get out right here at 388.26. So I got in at 389.10 and I got out at 388.26. So that was kind of a bummer, but that's how it goes. Then I took this trade here. It was a false breakout to the downside. Well, from this low of this range here, then we had a nice 2 test of the 100-day moving average and a V1. I got in at 387.17. Moved up nicely, nicely, nicely. I was kind of hoping it would reject that 200 so I could just go ahead and get out, but it stayed above, so I kept it, and then the next bar it closed below. So I got in at 387.17 and got out at 388.14. Then lastly, no day would be complete without a VIX trade. I was watching VIX very, very carefully, waiting for this trade, but here we made this low, we rallied back up, we came back down, we didn't go lower, we had a bullish engulfing bar. I didn't know it was a bullish engulfing bar yet because I bought it here when it triggered the V2. I bought it at 32.44 and then went down, almost got out with the close below the halfway. But honestly, I was in front of my computer. And then next thing I saw, I was like, oh, maybe that right on the button, whether I should have gotten out or not. And then the next bar had a huge big up bar. I got in at 32.44. I got out at 32.68 just because it was the big bar. You know, I like getting out on big bars. And also, it was getting pretty close to the start of the podcast. So I didn't want to have to deal with it. Looks like that was a good place to get out. All right, so there's my trades. Now, let's take a look at the important trades, which are yours. Quad. Wow. Look at this. Beautiful trade yesterday. Bought it at 64.50. Today up 3.04%. Proud of you, Quad. Fantastic. Took out this fractal too, right? Took out that fractal, got above all the moving averages. MACD went positive. All sorts of good stuff. Monster. Bob is in Monster. Bob bought it at 71.31 back here on 7.6. I think it was the 520 crossover. Immediately went up, then it went down. Nice rally yesterday and up 0.36% today. Evan. Evan bought EXC at 37.39. It moved up right after. Next day it moved up. Today it moved up again, although it's well off its high. So that's a nice trade. And then Kamal bought FAS, which is triple leverage banks. He bought it yesterday at 31.65, up 4.52% today. Fantastic. That's triple leveraged financials. So very nice. Did reject the 100-day there. DKNG, another beautiful trade by Kamal. Took the V1 false breakout to the downside. Took it yesterday at 30.14, up 7.41% today, everybody. Wow. I mean, that's just amazing. 4.52 on Fast, 7.55 on DraftKings. Very nice. Well, let's not forget Bluebird. Kamal bought Bluebird with this V1 close back over the 50, rejected the 50% pullback from a Fibonacci standpoint. This is up 5.67. Unbelievable. Fantastic. So proud of you, Kamal. And then last but not least for Kamal, we have, this is Kamal, right? Yeah, this is Kamal. Nice picks yesterday. V1 yesterday on Micron, bought it at 49.75, and it is up. It's up a mere 1.53% today. That's a little on the low side for Kamal. You can see here, Kamal, we pretty much getting pretty close to the halfway of that bar, but fantastic there. What else do we have? We have David. Fantastic bullish engulfing bar, V1 under 50, over 50, over all the moving averages for David on MA MasterCard, up 1.76% today. Did reject the 1ATR channel. And last but not least, Glenn did buy Exino Eagle Mines. He bought it yesterday at 63.15. And it is up just under 1%, but he bought it intraday, so he's up more than that for sure. So he's up about 4%. So fantastic trading, everybody. Everything is green. It's really great. Proud of everybody. Really, really am. Just love to see everybody keeping these trades when they're going their way, and getting out when they're not, right? Keeping those weeds out of the garden. Okay. Kamal says, Steve, 520 on fast, finally. Steve says, Kamal, I am going to take a fast long if it closes with a 520 cross. I could fade. We will see. So what Steve and Kamal are talking about is the 520 does backtest well on fast, which is triple leverage financials. You can see the 5 did cross above the 20 today. It also triggered a fractal over here today. So we have a 520 cross, MACD's positive, and we have a fractal. So that one does look pretty good, especially with the back test. Let me do some math here. Okay, good enough. Frank says, I took Beyond for a trade at 127.60. $127.60. Wow, fantastic. 127.60. All right, and if you guys don't mind, please wait till the end to tell me, okay? Okay. Now I can make sure I get it all done for everybody. Very nice trade, Frank. Skeeto, hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming, Skeeto. What do you think about WKHS? WKHS. Workhouse Group. Well, Workhorse Group, sorry. Um, you know, I don't see anything here I would buy today, Skeeto. I do like the sidewards motion, but it's a little high. For me, I would love this if it was in the value zone. The value zone is between this green line and this green line. So anywhere in here. Right now, this is just as far as the filters that I use, it's a little high for me to be buying up here. But we had this huge run up. We have had a pullback. We have found about an equal amount of buyers and sellers. That's why we're going sideways. So we are at 69.12. That's a little too high on the RSI. So down in this range is, if I was looking at this, that's the first place I would start looking or waiting until it comes back into the value zone. But you never know. Could just go up. We never really know, do we? But we just kind of have to have our filters, have our plans, have our zones. All right. Okay, so listen, before we start going down through the potential list of candidates today, before we start going through them with a fine-tooth comb, try to find the one that has the very best setup, the most indicators, best risk to reward ratio on multiple time frames. That's how I like to pick my entries is, which one basically has the highest score, everything considered. I do want to talk about trader psychology. It's very important. I'm sure anyone who's been trading for a while realizes how important it is. Knowing how to create a plan, you have to have some skills and some knowledge about creating a trading plan. But the more important thing is once you have the plan, how do you follow it? And that all comes down to psychology. But this is from Sleek Options. At Sleek Options on Twitter. It's a great channel. I read all of his posts, but it's at Sleek Options on Twitter. Did I say Facebook? Sorry, it's Twitter. But we tend to wait patiently when in a loss, but rush and exit when in profits. Why? Fear in both cases. Man, is this not the truth? We tend to wait patiently in a loss, but rush and exit when in profits. Why? Fear in both cases. It's true. Most people are very patient when they have a loss. And, I'm sure most of your big losses you've taken is that you just held on to it and said, it'll come back. And it got worse and it got bigger and it got worse and it got bigger. The key is to do that with your winners. Most people are very impatient when they have a winner, and they're very patient when they have a loser. We need to switch that thinking around, right? It's counterintuitive, but we have to be patient when we're in a win, and we have to be very impatient when we get out. So, fear when you're in a loss, be hopeful when you're in a win. But I'll tell you what, this little sentence here is so true. And he's right. Fear in both cases. Your fear of taking a loss and fear of losing your gain. So just one more time, please be patient when you have a win. Please be impatient when you have a loss. That's the key. I'm telling you. Take a look here at Apple. Looks like it's rallying a little bit here. Yes. I'll tell you what, every day during the last hour, they've been these fantastic setups on Apple that I haven't taken. Look at this one here. Rejection of the 200-day, V1, right? And the thing's just motored on up. It's just motored on up. ATR on Workhouse is more than $2. I have it here at $5.23, Kamal. So what does that mean? That means it's a huge mover, right? For a $16 stock. I mean, it went public, or over here it was $4, went up to $23. So this is a huge mover. This is the kind of stock you definitely, in my opinion, you'd want to position size with using this large ATR that factors in volatility. Pincy, hey, how you doing? Can I have your opinion on DBX? Yes, sir. Well, so we had the big down day. Doesn't look like we rejected the 30. Yes, we have a V2. It is back over the 100-day, but I'm not going to take a V1 or a V2 when the day one bar is this big. It's much larger than one ATR. There was a lot of supply that came into the market. I'm just not good. Me personally, I would just not try to go up against such a major down bar. So I hope that helps. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did buy calls on VIX yesterday, expiring October 16th. They're $35 calls. I bought them at 660. So they're well underwater at this point, but I feel pretty good about having those calls just based upon, we're kind of down at this level where it's been holding here, and the upside potential is so much more if volatility comes into the market. But yeah, forgot to go over that one. That one is definitely underwater at the moment. So everything else is good today, but that was my one stinker on the swing trades. All right, let me take a quick look, see what's going on with my positions here. Coca-Cola has been a nice day, but well off of its highs. Again, this is why let me take these day trades out of here. Sorry, I know sometimes this gets maybe confusing to look at when I have my regular trades and then I have my intraday trades, but I try to mark them so I can show you, but, oh no, that was my entry. Okay. Anyway, well, this one's off of its lows anyway, so that's good. But still, it's quite a bearish bar where we went up and we've come all the way back down. I may consider holding if it holds above the 100-day moving average. I would consider that. SPY, of course, the overnight SPY trade, that's been really great. Oil, nice, up 1.52% today. Berkshire Hathaway, this has been a great trade, but I am definitely going to be considering taking this off with this reversal, especially if it triggers a V1. We did reject the 1 ATR channel. I mean, it's up 1 penny, but it was up beautifully earlier. And then VIX, of course, I'm holding. All right. Well, how about we take a look and see what's potential today? Kamal was nice enough to run the scanner, and let's take a look, see if anything looks good. Here's the dollar. I imagine this was picked up because it rejected this previous low. Only thing though, when you have a false breakout to the downside, it's better if the false breakout comes within 30 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 30 maybe was around here. So the further back the base, the low of the range, in my opinion, the less valid it is. We didn't go under 30 over 30. We did go under the negative third over the negative third with the false breakout. But again, this false breakout to me is not as legitimate because it's so far away. So right off the top of my head, that one is not like super interesting to me. JO, Well, this one's a little different. You know, here was the low of the range over here. And that, what was that? That happened 3 days ago. You know, MACD is positive. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is not that great. You know, I would consider it if we triggered a V1, but that's the only way I would consider it. Oh, Etsy was on there for a negative. FSLY, which is Fastly. Greg, UUP is at 23 or 24th bar. Is it? I just roughly counted. I guess I was off. I still can't. I mean, it's low, no doubt. It did break that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that one. Fastly pull back into the value zone, which is good. It's finding a little support here in the value zone. But I wouldn't take a V2 up against that big bar. ICE V2. You see how the open today was way up here. So I was talking to somebody yesterday about taking a gap on a V2. Well, here it gapped, so I wouldn't take that V2, but then it came back down and closed it and then back up. Now it's legitimate. But this bar, day one's bar is pretty big. Did reject the 50. I think there's better. Bristol Myers Squibb, nice move off of the 200, back over the 200 day, but did reject the 50. MACD is positive. You know, conflicted on this one. Conflicting signals is the best way to put that. Frank says, Berkshire always bugged me because it's really an index that keeps your dividend. That's true. They don't pay a dividend. Fiserv. Nice fractal today. Broke above this fractal here. High with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. MACD is positive. We did go under 50, over 50, but we got stuck right at the 50-day moving average, which to me is, you know, is a negative. So I think there's better than that. CPRT, that's strong. Copart, MACD is positive. We have a fractal here. Here's the fractal. Let's go over to the fractal chart and see. Yeah, the alligator was sleeping here, no doubt about it. So Copart is pretty good. So let me write that one down. Do some math on that. $5.10. Okay. All right. Okay, so that one's definitely a potential. I'm going to move my potentials over here. UAA, oh, boy, that's strong. I'm sorry. That's Copart. UAA is super, super strong. Let's look at the weekly. Fine. Earnings coming up. It's up 8% today. It might be, I don't know. It's a beautiful fractal, no doubt about it. Alligator sleeping, took out this fractal. All right, I'll move that over in the potential pile. MACD's not positive on that one. MU, Kamal already has MU. I don't think I would buy it here, but I'm glad he bought it there. So the airlines are all pretty strong today. United didn't take out a fractal, and I know Love did, so I'm going to immediately go over to Love instead. Love, we took out this fractal over here. Let's look here on... Was the alligator asleep? A little bit asleep. A little bit asleep. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Uber, it's range bound, still has the 50 over it. I mean, it's up strong today. It's a V1, but did have a gap, didn't fill the gap, so I think I'll let that one go. Jets, very strong. Did not quite trigger that fractal over here, did it? The high is 1735, and right now the high is 1731. So that one, in my opinion, not as good as Love, because Love does have the fractal. Starbucks. Fractal. 57 RSI. MACD very close to triggering. Okay, that one's the possibility. And fast. That was the one we talked about. The one. So we have a fractal. We triggered a fractal today. The high of the fractal was here. Let's look at it on the fractal chart. Was it sleeping? A little bit asleep, for sure. No, I'm looking at the wrong chart. There we go. Yeah, this one's sleeping, for sure. I mean, see how the alligator is completely asleep here? And it took out that fractal. MACD went positive, and you also have the proper back test. So right now, so let's take a look. Copart. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is nice. It's over all the moving averages. Nice fractal. Close back over the 200-day moving average. We have a golden cross, 520 crossover here. This is pretty good. Let me take a look real quick. Oh, CPRT. CPRT. Vehicle auction remarketing services in the U.S. Online vehicle auctions. Okay, gotcha. All right. UAA. Boy, you know, that's a strong one, but I don't like the risk to reward on that one as much. Love has earnings coming up here on the 23rd. Starbucks with the big gap, but the fractal. FAS. All in all, I think I like FAS the best because of the back test. And I do kind of like that CPRT as well. Nice clean break above the 200, nice fractal. All right, so for me, fast and CPRT are my two favorites on the day. Now, before I get interested in placing any new trades, let me take a look at current trades, which is most important. Well, Coca-Cola is off of its low. That's good. It's back over the 100, which is good. I think what I might do, I think I might sell half of that. SPY, of course, buying that at the close. USO's fine. XLU, I'm going to take half. All right, let me check over here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do on Coca-Cola, I think I'm going to take half with that price action. XLU, I'm going to take half. BRKB has come back. If it closes above the third ATR channel, I will keep it. If not, I'm going to sell it. That's the plan. So here's CPRT. Weekly's good, right in the value zone. Fractal, close back over the 200. MACD's positive. Yeah, I think I've would be amiss to let that one get away. And FAS with the crossover. All right, so that's my plan. FAS and CPRT. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to sell half right now of Coca-Cola. There and there. Okay. I think I'm just going to take XLU off the board. Just lock in a little profits there. See how we rejected so far, at least the 200 on the weekly? That kind of does it for me as far as locking in my profits on Berkshire. I'll tell you what. On these trades here on FAS and CPRT, I'm going to take half a position. I like what they're doing, but they're a little extended today. So I'm just going to take half, and then if they come back in, if we have a little pullback, then I will use the rest. I'll use that as an opportunity to go with the full position if I get a little pullback. You know, a lot of times you get these big moves up here and they look really good, and for the long term, a lot of these movements are really good, but maybe a little extended, especially on like FAS. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take half position on CPRT. If I can get it closer to the 200 tomorrow, I'll add the second half, and FAS, I will take a half position in this as well. And if I get a pullback, I'll add half. So that's that. All right. Kamal, FTNT. Fortnite? Well, FTNT. Yeah, I don't really see anything here that like gets my attention. No V1. Really, all it's done is rejected the second ATR channel, maybe rejected the previous low over here. It's down 4% on the day. Relative strength is not good, but no, me personally, I don't see anything here. Kamal, if you are buying fast, BRKB is part of fast. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'm probably going to get out of BRKB. So that'll take care of that. What would be your stop on CPRT? $200 day would be my stop, Pincy. That would make sense. $200 stop on there. Fast would be, you know, buying it with this 520 crossover. So if we get a close below both 5 and 20, I would get out of half. If we have a 520 cross under, I would get out of the second amount, the full amount. Okay, so we have 6 minutes to go. Let's look at these intraday and see if things look a little uppy or downy. Ooh, well, a little downy. Good thing I didn't buy that 5 minutes ago. And what about CPRT? Oh, also big down. All right, so I already got out of half of my Coca-Cola. The way this is closing now, I may get out of the whole thing. I'll have to watch that one till the very end. Let's see what Apple's doing intraday here. Dang, that would have been a good trade. Look at this. Rejection of the 200, bullish engulfing V1. That would have been your exit right there, though. That would have been mine anyway. Okay, I am going to get rid of Coke. Okay. Okay. So Coca-Cola's gone. XLU is gone. Berkshire Hathaway is gone. Ooh, I have 3 minutes. I better get to work. All right, FAS. Buying half a position in FAS. And over here, okay. Getting a lag on my computer. Well, that was difficult, but I got it. Okay. Oh, Steve is long KMX also, huh? KMX is CarMax. Okay, very good, Steve. Okay, and all right. Okay, so there's the final bell. So let me put FAS up here, and let me put CPRT here. All right. And FAS is also Steve. Okay, so Kamal and Steve. All right, so If you have any new additions for me, please let me know. I'll get them up on the board for you. Before I do, just real quick, I just want to put in my daily plug and just let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching and teaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've had really good success with my students. I teach a course that's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. It's a really, comprehensive and intensive course. I teach you everything that I have learned from all of my great teachers and mentors like Stephen Burns and Dr. Alexander Elder and Carrie Lavorne and Larry Williams. I combine everything they've taught me over the last 24 years and I put it in that course. And the course is one-on-one. It's you and I. It's, like I said, it's 5 sessions, 3 hours. It's long form teaching. I think the best way to teach somebody is one-on-one. I mean, that's really, when you think about it, it really is the best approach, I think, because you get the personal attention. So if you're interested in the course, if you've been thinking about it, this would be a good time. I have next week available. So, if you'd like to chat, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a Skype call before, when I'm with the potential student. And the Skype call is free. There's no obligation. It's not a sales call. I just want to be able to talk to you, find out a little bit more about you and your trading and your approaches. It's a good time for you to ask me any questions about me or my course. And again, I will not ask you, hey, do you want to take the course? It's just a conversation. I'll say, nice meeting you. If you're interested, email me and we'll set it up. So that's how it goes. So, and then if you like today's podcast, if you like the channel, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help with Google and YouTube rankings and lets YouTube know that, there's valuable content on here. So if you found it valuable, I really would appreciate it if you could just take a half a second before you get out of here and hit the thumbs up button. Okay, so that being said, all right, so I have Steve in FAS. I have Steve in KMX. Correct. Frank says, with you on half position in CPRT and FAS. I'm also in CSX. Oh, yeah, I remember we were looking at CSX the other day, weren't we? Okay, so that's Frank. And fast is also Frank. And you're in CSX 6988. Okay. Nothing worse than soda that loses its fizz and goes flat. No, this is true. Okay, so Jets. Wow. Let me see. Okay. And FSLY. Okay, gotcha, Kamal. Well, look, look at these positions. Wow. The board went from nothing to everything. So let's see, fast, Coca-Cola. All right. I don't know if Quad's around today, but Quad, I did get out of Coke, but I haven't seen Quad, so I think, or have I? All right, so I'll just I'll just assume he's still in. Put him over here. Ah, where did I get filled today? That's the question. Okay, so SPY got filled at 321.85. CPRT I got filled at 86.59. And FAS got filled at 33.99. All right, and I did get out of XLU today. And I did get out of Berkshire. Oh, it was a good trade. Okay. So CPRT, FAS, SPY. All right. So CPRT, I got filled at 86.59, right where it's at. Okay. Fast, I got filled at 33.99, right where that is at. Okay. And then SPY, I got filled at 321.85. All right, so that's it. Copart with the nice MACD crossover. Take out this fractal over here on the 7th. Break back above the 200-day moving average. We got a 520 cross. That doesn't hurt. All right, and I have Frank in there for half. FAS, Kamal, Steve, Frank, and myself did buy the 520 crossover. I did buy half, and it also triggered that fractal there. SPY, bought the overnight SPY just there at the close. USO's doing great. And the only thing that's not going my way is the VIX on the calls. But it's nice to have a little bit of a hedge, right? With all these long positions, it's nice to have a little something. Okay. Well, what a day. Yeah, Frank, Coca-Cola did have a nice fizz going on earlier, but it did lose it. But regardless, it was a good little trade, and I had that little day trade there in the middle too that didn't hurt. Greg, oh, Miko has fast as well. Okay, gotcha, Miko. Whew, what a day. See what's going on here. After hour CPRT even. Fast is up a penny. SPY's up just a touch. All right. Wow, what a day! What a market! I mean, you know, for those of you who've just started trading, if you started trading in the last 3 months, your perception of the market must just be, hey, this thing just goes up, right? I'm just fascinated by the thought of just someone that started trading having this huge up move. it's, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. I can't explain it. But you know, the old saying, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? And I just going along when I get a decent signal. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? Glenn, hey buddy. Tempted with NCLH long now. Oh, yeah, because you had that great short. Good to see you, Glenn. Oh my. Wow, wow. Yeah, well, good thing you got out of your short when you did. You had a fantastic trade, Glenn. Yeah, I mean that looks a lot like the airlines and um, some of the other stuff we took today. Took out this fractal over here. Obviously was moving sideways, huge volume. Frank says the mental drain trading is really something. Yeah, it can be. Hey, if you want to add difficulty to it, do a podcast, Frank, while you're doing the trading. I'll tell you what, that adds 1 degree more of difficulty for sure, or 5. Boy, look at the volume on Norwegian Cruise Line today. Good thing, Glenn, you got out of that short. I remember you talked about it down here. You know, had that support there, tested that support, and plus you had a great trade on also. Glenn said, oh, Pinsy says, I think the volatility is horrible. I started trading 4 months ago and I'm still in profit, but damn, trading so hard. Yeah, it is. I guess you can make it as hard or as easy as you want to. It's like Frank says, it's the mental drain of having to make decisions all the time. But you're in the profit. That's what's important. Glenn says, but it breaks my 200 SMA rule, so we'll not take the trade. Oh yeah, that's right. If it's under the 200 day, you don't buy it. Sticking with gold mining shares for now. How did gold do today? I was up a little bit. And what about Mr. Silver? Oh, up nicely. Boy, look at that move up. What did Newmont? I can't remember what Newmont mining symbol is. NMT maybe? Nope. Whew. All right. Well, well. Make rules and stick to them. Makes decision easier. So true, Glenn. Good advice for Pincy, right? If you don't have any rules, that's when trading is really hard. Because you don't have anything you have to stick by. You can do anything you want at any time. Any N. Up a little bit today. You're in AEM. I have you in AEM over here. That's right. Yep, I have you. Nice. Well, good day today, for sure. I got out of my Coke position, got out of my Philip Morris position, and got out of my utility position. So those were all good. Happy with that. Replaced them with CPRT. I guess I'm in the used car business now. And FAS in the banking business. But again, I took half positions on both of these. Had the overnight SPY position. Oil's been doing really good. And VIX is my hedge with calls. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to put on my hiking boots, go for a nice hike. It's beautiful outside today. I appreciate everybody coming. And if you don't mind, if you could hit the thumbs up button before you got out of here, I would really appreciate that if you found value today. And so we have a bunch of new positions. Let's look at this. Jet. So Jets is the airline ETF, big 7.75% day to day. We got Kamal there. We have a Kamal over in Fastly. Not sure what they do. Coca-Cola, I still have Quad in here today. So I'll keep him in that. GSX, Frank took CSX Corporation. That's up nicely. GIB, Quad had a monster, up 2.99% today in CGI. No. GIB. Monster, Bob had a nice day on back in the profit there. EXC, Evan, nice up day. VRTX, Frank, up a skosh on Vertex Pharmaceutical, so that's good. Kamal, Steve, Frank, Miko, and myself did take the 520 crossover and also the trigger of the fractal here on FAS, which is 3 times bull. DKNG, Kamal had a great day there. Blue, Kamal had a 5% day there. Micron, 1.6.3% for Kamal. MA, glad to see David with the nice move there. Glenn, we talked about that. That's the Eagle Mine. Beyond Meat, Frank had a nice buy right in the morning at 127.60. We're at 131, so that's great. And then last but not least, we have Steve Burns in CarMax. Looks like with the crossover and the trigger of that fractal. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Happy hiking. Hey, fantastic day today, Kamal. Always impressed with Kamal's trading. I really, really am. Unbelievable trader. Glenn says, CPRT looks range bound. Well, let's take a look. Well, it might be from the high of this range over here, but we did take out that range today, it looks like, and triggered the fractal and over the 200, but it could be, we never ever quite know. It did come from a higher low, which is good. We had a MACD crossover, but it's a well-defined trade as far as where the stop is. But you could be right, Glenn. Dan, thanks for the thumbs up reminder. It slipped my mind and would have regretted not doing so. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. All right, well, that looks like it's about it. Thank you all for coming today. Have a good rest of your day. Please go out, try to do something nice for somebody, just a smile or a wave or a hello or hold the door open or just something nice and positive. We need a lot more of that in this world, and if we all did it every day, boy, things would be a lot different. And so be good. Be safe today. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're interested in doing lessons with me, please reach out to me. And I think that's about it today. So congratulations to everyone on a good day today. All right. Okay. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.